everyone, how's it going? Dan Elliott here, embracing technology, embracing this opportunity to reach out to you because I can't see you guys face to face, so let's utilize what we have available. So I hope you're doing well. I just want to take a few minutes here to give you guys a little bit of an update in regards to real estate, what's going on out there, because I'm getting a lot of phone calls, people just say, hey, yeah, what's happening? I'm thinking about buying a home, want to sell a home. You know what? And I appreciate those calls. So check out the information I'm going to provide, a little bit more in regards to my thoughts and what's going on in regards to the real estate industry. And by all means, if you have any follow-up questions, give me a call, email, whatever. I love hearing from you guys. As well, let's talk about the mortgages. We're going to talk a little bit about mortgages and what's been going on with the interest rate adjustments with the Bank of Canada, and some of the options that are coming available to people as far as deferred mortgages and everything there. And then, of course, we cannot forget about taxes. It is that time of the year. So a little bit of a tidbit in regards to taxes. We'll discuss that in a few minutes there. I'll take a few minutes just to plug a couple of listings I have coming or currently on the market, and a couple that are coming up soon for those of you that might be interested. And I've actually got a great little article. So if you're watching this video through my newsletter, then check out the article. It kind of talks about working out, because a lot of us are stuck in our homes, and it's kind of getting us down a little bit. So it just talks about how, like, when you work out, whatever you got, if you don't have any workout equipment, that's fine. You can just kind of stretch and do whatever, and hopefully the warmer weather we can at least get out and run around the house or around the block or something along those lines there. But it's just the article I thought was great. It's all about selling real estate and how it gets the brain juices going, and just kind of helps invigorate us, gives the energy we need. But I think it's applicable to a lot of other aspects of our lives. So definitely check out the article there. Okay, looking forward to it. Let's get into it. All right, well, let's talk about taxes. That is going to have to get done sooner or later, but I have some very good news for you guys. The Canadian government, Canada Revenue, has acknowledged that this is not business as usual, and we need a little bit more time to get things done. So in light of that, they have actually extended out the timeline for us to submit our taxes until June 1st. I'm just going to share with you a little bit from their website. All right, just bear with me, and there we go. So as you can see right down here, June 1st, 2020, that would be the deadline. So that gives us an extra month to get things done. The other nice little feature that Canada Revenue has done for us is, you also notice a little bit below there, September 1st, 2020. So what that's indicating is that for those that have perhaps made a little bit too much money last year or did not remit enough through automatic payments to Canada Revenue, you don't have to worry about paying the government back their money as quickly as normal. So what they're saying here is that you can actually get interest-free until September 1st, and from what I understand, there will be no penalties as well, provided you pay that any outstanding balances to Canada by that timeline there. Now, if you want to check this out for yourself, there is the webpage right there in the top left-hand corner. I've also provided everything within my newsletter, or if you're looking at one of the other social media platforms, by all means, you can just email me or text me or put a little chat comment in there, and by all means, I can provide you more information as to what Canada is doing for you, and I can provide you some guidance there. Now, for those of you who typically get me to assist with the taxes, we're not going to be doing things as we normally do. We're going to try to incorporate technology into things to make things a little bit easier, just so we can adhere to these social isolation rules that have been imposed on all of us here. And try to conduct business as much as normal. So what I'm asking is that if you'd like me to assist with the taxes, just send me an email. My email information, like I mentioned, is going to be posted below within the newsletter, or I can provide it to you if you don't already have it. And just send me over any documents you may have, Excel sheets, PDFs, and if need be, you can even take photos. So if you get them in the mail, just take a photo of it and attach it to the email, send it over to me. Any issues with that, just give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to assist you figure out how to do that. And once I get it in there, I can go about getting your taxes done for you as per normal, and we can just get on with hopefully enjoying our lives. Okay, take care, guys, and wishing you an awesome 2020 and hopefully a much better times this summer to come. Take care. Okay, let's talk about mortgages, guys. What's going on out there? I'm sure many of you are aware that the Bank of Canada has actually dropped the rate 3 times, almost back to back, throughout the course of the last half of March, which is rather unprecedented. So there's more information regarding that down below in my newsletter. By all means, check out the article there. But how's that impacting your mortgages? What's going on there? So if you have a variable mortgage, you'll be very pleasantly, surprised to discover that your interest you're paying is dropping, which means most likely your monthly payments are also dropping, which is nice this day and age with everything that's going on there. That being said, those of you that have a variable mortgage, do not get used to these new lower amounts, okay? That is one of the biggest problems with having a variable mortgage, is that they do fluctuate up and down. So on the one hand, when times like these, they go down, you might have an extra $50, $100 a month. And, by all means, who doesn't like to have an extra little bit of cash on hand? But you get accustomed to spending that money. And then when things turn around and the mortgage goes up and the payments start increasing month to month, you'll say, how am I going to get by? I've become accustomed to eating out this many times, to going on these trips and everything else. It may not sound like a lot, $50, $100, but you add it up month after month or bi-weekly. We're talking $1,200, $2,400 a year. There's a lot of fun things you can do with that. So please have a variable, enjoy it. I hope it works out well for you guys. And that's great. Now on the fixed end, it's not going to help you guys, unfortunately, but hopefully you've got a nice low rate overall. But if you don't, give me a call and let's discuss what options are available for you guys. Perhaps this might be a good time to consider switching over to a variable. Maybe that's something you'd like to do. Let's discuss it over the phone and let's see what we can do for you guys, okay? Now, for those of you that might have lost your job or been laid off, I'm sure many of you have heard of the deferral program, which is a great opportunity to kind of help us cope during this day and age when things aren't as convenient as we'd like them to be. So a couple things to explain to you there. The deferral program is not just an opt-in option there with many of these lenders. You actually have to reach out to your bank, monolender, credit union, B lender, whatever else you happen to have, and you actually have to request that they will allow you to do a deferral on the mortgage. Now, many of these companies are allowing that, but that being said, they're not necessarily allowing you to do back to back to back, and you typically ask for it each time. So they might give you 1 month of deferral, and then you have to ask for the next month. And for what I've been told, they're going to evaluate each client and their situation on a unique basis. So, for instance, if you've still got your job, you're not going to necessarily be applicable towards this program. That being said, if you have lost your job, but perhaps you've got bad credit or you've got bad history of not paying the lender, from what I've been told, it's up to their discretion whether or not they want to allow this option. Okay, now if you do get to take advantage of this option to defer your mortgage, let's just be clear as to what's going to happen there. You will not be paying down your mortgage. Your mortgage will not be going down that month. And actually what happens is your mortgage actually will increase. So let's just say you pay typically $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month. That $2,000 you will not pay, which typically if it's 50-50, making it easy for me, then $1,000 will pay down the mortgage and the other $1,000 just pay off the interest. What will happen now is we're not going to reduce that mortgage at all, and that $1,000 interest that you wouldn't have had to pay will actually get added back into the mortgage. So now your mortgage will be $1,000 higher. And of course, if you continue to do this over the next few months, then your mortgage will get higher and higher over time. So please think about it, consider this, and keep that in mind if you decide to want to take advantage of that option there. Any questions, reach out to me. I'm constantly getting emails from various lenders letting me know exactly what the programs are and what the procedures are for asking for these deferrals or anything else. So by all means, give me a call, email me, whatever works best for you guys. And my pleasure to assist you in trying to get through this somewhat difficult time. And like I said, if you got a mortgage coming up, this is not a bad time to consider what options are available, considering that the Bank of Canada has really dropped the rates significantly. Okay? Take care. Looking forward to assisting you guys with the mortgages. Real estate. That is the big question everybody's asking me. Everybody's a little concerned after what happened with the stock market crashing, and of course it's rebounded significantly from that point. And everybody's going, what's going on with real estate again? Do I take advantage of this opportunity? Do I get out there? Do I buy a home? Are things going to go down? Do I sell? Do I get rid of some of my investment properties? It's so hard to say, guys. I do not have a crystal ball as much as you would all wish I did. Unfortunately, I definitely have my educated guesses as to what may or may not happen. And I guess I'll share those thoughts with you right now. So first of all, let's rewind a little bit and let's look at the March real estate market there. So I'm just going to share with you a little infographic provided to me there from my company. So you're going to see here that actually during the month of March, we were on the rise. Everything was looking very, very good. We were on track to probably have one of our best years yet. January was good, February was good, and as is normal, March was getting even better. And we would expect April, May, and so forth and so on. But it is a tale of two stories, unfortunately. The first half of the year started great. As you can see, these numbers reflect very good, optimistic reflections as what's going on in the market. Unfortunately, the last tail end of the month, especially the last week or so, in the last 2 weeks, we started to see the numbers really start to decline. If that did not happen, these numbers would have been significantly higher. Okay, so that's what's going on there as far as March is concerned. And unfortunately, from what I've been checking on the system there, we are definitely not running at an optimum speed compared to the last several years. According to the residential sales numbers I've looked at, we were running at about 35%, 30 to 35% of what we typically run this time of year. So definitely not the same as normal. Now, the other thing people say is, okay, well, that's fine, that's what's going on there, Dan, but do I need to be concerned? What's going to happen here? So another great article I provided down below in my newsletter. Scroll down, click it, check it out. But if not, text me, email me, and by all means I can provide it. But the big question everybody's asking, I'm just going to share this with you here, is what's next for home prices amid COVID-19? And really, a lot of people say that real estate is a safe haven. It's a lot like gold. It's a tangible asset, something I can hold on to, unlike the stock market. So, while my stocks may have plummeted, at least every single day I can look at my home. That's the home, or that's the rental property I own. That being said, if people can't afford to buy homes when the market gets up and running again, because perhaps they've depleted their savings, perhaps they haven't been working, then we're going to have a lack of buyers. And of course, if there's a lack of buyers, then we might have a surplus of inventory, which would then indicate that the sellers are all more or less arguing over the same buyers. They're trying to pull in the limited number of buyers we have, which could, of course, lead to a drop in values, again, depending on how motivated the sellers are to buy homes. That being said, buyers don't get totally excited about that idea, because typically sellers do not just start dropping prices off the get-go. It can typically take some time before sellers say, okay, I'm willing to actually take less for my home than, let's say, my neighbor down the street here. So by all means, keep an eye on things. What I always say to clients is, when you're buying a home, look at the long term. Let's not get concerned about what's happening next week or 3 months down the road. When you buy homes, in my opinion, this is not penny stocks. We are not buying to flip these in a matter of minutes or hours or days. When we're buying these homes, let's look at the long-term plan here. So if you're younger, we've got lots of time on our hands. We're going to need a roof over our heads anyways, especially if you're buying your own personal residence. So look at the 5-year, look at the 10-year. I'm very confident. I mean, as I said, going into March, we were having one of our best years ever. So once our economy gets back into the regular flow of things, I think they'll do quite well. So if you're looking to buy a home, my recommendation is keep an eye on the market. Give me a call, email me, whatever, and I can definitely, by all means, start to familiarize you as to what's available. As far as seeing homes are concerned, we are doing things a little bit different than what we have in the past. We are utilizing a lot of technology, checking out a lot of virtual tours, and we are even going into the homes as realtors and just kind of doing a virtual walkthrough of the home. Now, if you like it at that point in time, in some cases we've gone ahead and done offers conditional upon seeing the home after the fact, and then down the road we'll get the buyer in there, and hopefully it adheres to what they're looking for. And if not, well, we do have that clause of review we can always back down. So that is one potential option. What we're trying to do here is not just take care of the buyers to ensure they don't potentially pick up something from the sellers, because we don't know who has or has not been in on that home, but we're also trying to take care of the sellers. We don't want the sellers to potentially contract something from the buyer. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Every situation is a unique one, so we'll have to kind of evaluate what's going on there. But I would say the good first starting point is let's have a discussion. Let's look at what you're looking for in a home. If we happen to find that home, the price is right, then by all means, let's see what we can do to get you that home. At a minimum, let's start to educate ourselves. So when the right homes come available, and the market starts to turn around, you as a buyer are ready. And vice versa for the seller. Let's start to educate ourselves. If need be, I can even send you searches and let you know, hey, what's going on? What's selling? So you can get a feel for what the market value for the home is. So again, dialogue. Let's talk. Let's be open. Where is it going to go? Check out this article below. What they're indicating here is they're reflecting on the 2008 economic crisis and how, yes, there was a bit of a dip there, but it took off and we've had some of the best years ever. So again, who knows what's going to happen here, but I suspect real estate's going to be just fine. We might have a little bit of a dip, but we're going to get through this, and don't worry about your homes. They're going to be worth as much as they have been in the past. You might have to just be a little bit more patient there. But again, let's discuss things. Let's look at the stats. Let's see what's going on. Of course, the longer this drags on, this self-isolation experience here, the bigger the ramifications I feel will be on the real estate market. But again, it's going to turn around. It's all going to work out just fine. We're going to be okay. We're going to be able to enjoy our homes, and we're going to hopefully be healthy along with the rest of our families. All right, take care. Looking forward to helping you guys buy and sell. Give me a call. It'd be my pleasure to help you guys out. All right, before I sign off, guys, I would be amiss if I did not share with you a couple of my awesome listings I've already got listed here. And I also want to just take this moment to plug a couple other great listings I know are coming our way. In particular, one that should go live next week is a single-family detached home in Waterloo with a garage, an awesome deep backyard backing on the green belt. So if there's any interest there, give me a call. We're going to be listing this home, I believe, around $387,000. We'll probably be holding off offers just because we want to make sure we get enough exposure, get enough people to look over this home. But if this is something that might interest you, give me a call or email, whatever works best for you. And yeah, I'd love to give you guys a little bit more information about this listing. But that being said, I got a couple other listings that I absolutely want to share with you their information right now. So let's go ahead and share that. Here, down. Let's start with a single detached home situated in West Kitchener. So I've gone ahead and set it up here, and I'm just going to walk you guys through this great little house, situated close to downtown, but close to Highway 7 and 8. It's got an awesome backyard. I absolutely love the backyard. It's got an on-ground saltwater system, which pretty much means it's in-ground, but it's just sticking above ground a little bit, but it's got a nice wraparound deck, as you can see right there. I absolutely love that. Nice gazebos. You got a couple of those there, and it's got a beautiful large shed, which could be converted back into a single-car garage. They just kind of had to put a new facade on the front there, but it actually appears to have been a detached garage at one point. Inside that garage, you've got a newer filter system, pump, salt water system. Absolutely great. Inside, we've got the hardwood floors, as you can see there. Nice big windows, newer windows. Absolutely gorgeous hangout space there. Good sized kitchen. Could use a little bit of love there, but at $465, it's got the bones you're looking for. Detached home. You're not sharing walls with anybody. Another nice thing is you got a main floor master, which this day and age, to find a home's got a master is awesome. You've got your 4-piece bathroom on the main floor again, and we've got a beautiful little mudroom in the back section there. Lead to the backyard, which I was talking to you about there. A nice little gazebo. Upstairs, we have 2 generous-sized bedrooms, so that's great. So we actually have the one on the main floor, plus we have 2 more upstairs. That makes for 3 bedrooms throughout. In the basement, we've actually got it partially finished down there, or pretty much completely finished. It could use a little bit of sprucing up in the bathroom, but you do have a 2-piece bathroom down in the basement as well. So I absolutely love this home. Could use a ceiling there, but otherwise we've got the flooring in place, the walls are in place, good sized windows. So by all means, give me a call if you're interested in this home, or if you have anybody that you know might be interested, send us information out in an envelope. I think it's an absolutely great opportunity. And the fence in the back as well, which is quite nice. Okay, now the other listing I want to show you guys. So this property actually consists of 2 buildings on the same property. At the very front, as you can see right there, we actually have a legal duplex. Okay, so in this legal duplex, we actually have 3 bedrooms, much like the last home I was showing you. They have a main floor master and 2 full-size bedrooms on the upper floor. So we actually have 3. Let me correct myself. We actually have 2 bedrooms on the main floor and 2 upstairs. So this home actually has 4 bedrooms on the main, on the upper 2 levels. Okay, which is the main part of the house. We got a good-sized, generous-sized living room, as you can see right there, with crown molding all around, newer flooring, absolutely huge window allowing a lot of natural light to happen. Quite nice. So by all means, come check it out. We got a little kitchen in the back there, and then we do have a shared laundry. What's nice about this too is that the main floor quarters with the 4 bedrooms has its own hydrometer. We have a shared laundry which has its own hydrometer, and then we have in the basement another unit, it's a 1-bedroom unit that also has its own hydrometer. So all 3 of them have separate hydro, and they are all natural gas heat, which is great. We've got the air conditioning in there, and the basement unit actually has egress windows. So if you're ever concerned about getting out, you can get out there. As you can see, there's the 2 good-sized master bedrooms in the upper level. Nice big windows, newer windows, which is nice as well. Also natural light. And there's that common laundry room space. So both units have access to this common laundry. And now we're looking at the basement kitchen. There it is, good sized kitchen. It has its own separate entrance at the back there, which is quite nice. It has some windows that can look out. Good sized living room. This picture doesn't really justify. There you go. That's a much better picture. It shows you how big the room is, and you can see a bigger egress window in the back there, which is quite nice. And there's the bedroom there. And off from the bedroom, we actually have another 4-piece bathroom, which is great. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this property doesn't just have this one home, but it has the other home or other building. This one's actually a commercial building. It's 3 stories or 2 stories above grade and 1 below grade, but they're all completely finished. The homeowner or the owner of this property spent about $370,000 just putting in all new paint, all new flooring. Both this and the other building did a new roof. What's actually really cool with this building is it actually has a rooftop patio, so you can go up there and check it out. There's good vistas of the city around about. But as you can see, lots and lots of space. The area is zoned for service, so the previous owner was contemplating putting in a spa. He got an exception for that, so that's something of interest. We have had a dentist look at renting this place, doctors. So there's a number of options available there. You also potentially could sever it into 3 unique units, upper floor, main floor, and lower level, because all 3 levels actually have, if you do it properly, have separate entrances. You each have 2 separate entrances each. So there's a lot of options with this property. So office spaces, newer flooring, newer paint throughout, which is great. Good sized basement we're having a look at there. We have the on-demand hot water system, a new air conditioner, which the owners installed. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed both of those tours. If you have any questions regarding those, by all means, reach out to me. And another great opportunity popping up on the market. More coming. So if you're considering buying a home, reach out to me. I will keep you plugged in to make sure you don't miss any of these opportunities. Take care. Wishing you all the best. And I'll look forward to talking to you soon.